the invite? Notifications. Here we go. Come on. Who came out on top? That's what I want to know. Bow, bow, bada, bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. What an annoying time it must be to get an error in the application. If you stay here with me, I'm trying to load back into the session and we'll be able to get the catch the last couple laps of the race. I've still got 7 good laps of commentating in me, and it could be even a bit longer if we have a safety car. As see here, we've got the game is just teasing me more here. So this is the exact corner where Hackett and Reliot were fighting. On this inside corner, you can see at the bottom of your screen here, they're both side by side. They're even side by side on the second curb, and then my game crashes. Very unfortunate, but I mean, if you're watching the first one, obviously you know that. And here we go. I didn't click spectator, but it should be fine, right? Yeah, obviously. Skelos is retired from the session. Why is it just telling me anything? I mean, no. Anyway, where was I on? Hackett and Reliot. Reliot and Hackett. Reliot got in front in the end and pulled a substantial gap to Hackett. 1 second it seems. No safety cars seem to have taken place. I'm just making sure that everything's okay. I think everything's working with the headphones and stuff like that. And we're on air. Anyway, Bogrovsky, Ramsey, not much overtaking in the top 4, but I think it's mostly between the bottom 7 is Brandon. Jordan and Brandon seems to be going at it. Brandon trying to get the switch back here on Jordan as we look at it from Hans' point of view. As we can just see there, Jordan being shut out by Brandon. He's going to try and make a move maybe on the straight. Don't know who's got more ERS. You can see it at the steering wheels. And Brandon has a lot more ERS, but Jordan's still going to try and make the move. As no... Oh, going deep goes Brandon. Might be able to watch it here from this angle. As Jordan actually does get in front. Well, Brandon, I don't think Brandon makes that yet. No, obviously no dive bomb there from Brandon. Smart guy, willing to take 2 points. Actually, maybe not, because Hans is snapping at his heels. As now it's a second between all the cars on track. As Hans really gets a 3-second time penny, and he's in a wall. So that will be, what is it? Equal retirees and drivers now. You need to see a stricken car on the right hand side of your screen. Lost it going into the fast corner, and the walls aren't too friendly around Australia. So everyone picked onto softs, I assume, under this scenario. Yeah, that's what I can really say. How many stops? It's going to be 4 stops back in this race. Be crazy where he finishes with 4 stops. Tyre changes. Really doesn't even matter about qualifying at this point, because you could be anywhere. Gunnar was literally last, and now he's 4th. Crazy race. As no boy stays out, nobody going for the softs. Putty goes on for the softs and nobody else. It's very surprising. With it's going to be another 2 laps, 26. Yeah, that's 3 laps. 3 laps of racing. I think some soft runners. I think it's quite lucky. Boy's quite lucky that nobody decided to go onto the softs. But I mean, the people that are going to be worrying is Hackett, really. Hackett is going to be under an assault from 3 drivers here. The 2 Ferraris staying out. This would be good points for them, and obviously good points for the McLarens, and obviously decent points for Ramsey, who's making his title claims known. He wants to fight for this championship in Division 4, and I think he will. Great pace in Singapore, great pace in here, Melbourne, Australia. And now that I have to think of it, I have to think of a driver of the day, and a driver does spring to mind, but I'm not going to say his name, so I don't curse them, because I have a habit of doing that. but I know who I'm going to give it to. Yeah. So, Nelboy will get us started on the restart, obviously when the car goes round again. On 14 lap old hards it will be. And then 9 lap mediums for Anthony, he's laughing at the moment now. But hopefully it'll be nice to get his second race win in a row. Bogrovski's just thinking to keep two Ferraris behind him so he can defend his teammate. Can just be a Haas McLaren battle, or maybe even Bog's thinking about trying to overtake Rancy. But Rancy really improved. I don't know where he finished in the first couple of races. I think it was low points, but here's a massive step up for him, and it's good to see. It's what we want to see, you know, development, drivers developing through the races, especially after that long Christmas break with the Nations Cup coming in. He was actually disqualified, if I do remember, bringing up a good point. Rancy was disqualified for deliberately. The stewards came to the decision that it was a deliberate attempt to take DTR Black Mamba out of the race in the Finland versus Austria race around Spain. Just after the newly developed hairpin, Rancy went almost straight on and then turned into Mamba. And at first, when looking at it, I didn't think it was. I think Rancy just had a damaged wing, and obviously Mamba may try and make an optimistic move and down the inside. But now that closer I look at it, he was going quite slow, and I think he did perhaps turn in a little bit of a malicious move there, which I did vow for his removal from the league, which is obviously open now. I said this, I did make the point of deliberately taking a driver out, but I mean, I guess it is heat at the moment, and Michael Schumacher never got, obviously got punished, but he never got removed from the league, you know what I mean, racing in general. But I think punishment, I think he obviously was disqualified, but I don't know if any further punishment needs to be taken on that, but that's just my opinion. I don't think anyone cares, but I'm stating it now. It's more punishment, but obviously he's doing a great job now. It's just a shame that has to tarnish his reputation. Anyway, moving on. We'll have to watch Putty and the top two here. Bogrovski is actually quite sad because this 3 second is going to be for all to see now. As we get going with Nelboy, who's leaving it right to the line on these old hards. When will he go? You guess how long this line is. And he seems to have gone well. Nobody seems to be fighting for position except Hackett and Jordan. Oh, again, no. Jordan and Relly. As Hackett now makes the inside, and Putty's now going for the move. As now there's a yellow flag. That's Brandon and Goon getting a bit of a mix up there. Oh, as Jordan goes into the back of Putty, but that doesn't cause anything to happen. 1 second between Rancy and Nelboy here. Putty really piling up pressure now on Reddy. His teammate has been his teammate's actually moved up to 4th. He's like, screw it, I'm not gonna get assaulted. And Relliot's been moved down, as I think here comes the move. Relliot on Relliot, but Relliot's trying to make the move on Hackett, I think. This is awkward to watch. This camera angle's not doing it justice. 4 in a row. Crazy. As you can see, Hackett here. Oh, there's a bit of wing flies past. Don't know who's that off. Slides under all the cars. As Goon and Jordan swap places towards the back as penultimate lap starts, and here comes Relliot as Gunner's fighting with Bogrovski here, and there's Gunner stricken on the exit of the first corner after such a great race. And obviously I was going to give him the race driver of the week for Division 4, but don't even know why I bothered like even hinting at it on the screen. I now have to think of someone new. It's Brandon gets a 3-second time penalty, so it's not all in the bin for Gunnar if he can come back. There's now Reliot using all his ERS to try to fight back a place for his teammate. There's Rancy's inability to hold, well, get close to Nelboy. I don't want to say this entire race, but Nelboy's been dominant from P2 to P1 here. I will probably have to look into where everyone else started. I mean, Goon's a contender, but I think he had that incident with Cassell earlier in the race. That's DRS now enabled, so I don't know if this makes any difference for... Actually, Putty's right behind Reliot, so it can make a difference for him. Yes, here he comes. I don't think it will. Oh, he's really close. He's on the soft tyre, obviously. Bogrovsky needs to pull 1.6 seconds if he doesn't want to lose his podium to Hackett. We'll just have to watch here as Putty's getting close to Hackett. Goonie gets a 3-second time penalty. As Rancy's right on the back, both blinking. Well, actually, it's only Nelboy that's blinking. Can Rancy get a great exit here? Nelboy's got an amazing exit without even touching the curb. Will it be a dive bomb? To the inside goes Nelboy. Rancy trying to sneak around the outside, can't do it. Now it's 3 corners left. The turns into 2. Things like the dive bomb. Things they're off taking second place. I don't think, unless it's a mistake here from Nelboy, which is not. So Nelboy will claim the win for Division 4 round Australia. It's a great race from both of them. Barry obviously comes home 3rd, but unfortunately he'll be classified as 4th for the 3-second time penalty. As Hackett gets the final podium position. Tom Putty is in 5th, Reliot 6th, Goon 7th, Brandon 8th, and unfortunately Gunnar 9th, and Jordan round out the top 10 as he comes across the line soon enough to collect his 1 point. So 9 retirements in a race round Australia. Great watch, a lot of action, a lot of crashes, which I don't mind. Driver of the day here is Tom Putty for the most positions gained, but if I had to pick a driver that goes for driver of the week, it will be DTR Nelboy, as we can watch him do his podium celebrations, probably the griddy onto the stage. You know, I would have loved to have watched that, but obviously Rancy, a great race from him, just losing out to Nelboy. This unfortunate strategy call, I think, from Reliot pitting under. It was the 2nd or 3rd safety car. I needed to pit off those hards and onto the mediums to counter Nelboy. But no, Nelboy here takes the win from the Finn. Yeah, that would be the right word. So I pronounce him driver of the day for Division 4. But everyone else raced great. It was great to watch. Hackett doing well as well. Bogrovsky was great. Stayed in the top 4, I think, the entire race. I don't think he dropped out of the top 4. But he also made a massive climb from P18. So this qualifying round here doesn't even matter. It might as well have been a wet race. Reliot was doing good. Goon obviously started P17, just stayed in the race. Brandon, unfortunate for him. Goon, very unfortunate for him. Jordan had a lot of, seemed to be managing to overtake and get into every single crash or altercation there was. And then we start of the DNFs with Hans 11th, Hayward 12th, 13th was Wazza, 14th Eskelos, Alpine, actually he classes my teammate, so I joined. Hoff in 15th, Reap in 16th, Casal in 17th, 18th is Fair, Little Mikey in 19th, who actually never managed to set a lap. But that is a great race. Did enjoy that race thoroughly, and unfortunately my co-commentator wasn't here, but he did all of Edition 2, so if you were missing his voice, you can go and check that out. But that is all from me here. Congratulations to all the drivers, especially congratulations to the podium sitters and obviously driver of the week. I will see you at next week on Wednesday at Imola. Yeah, with my teammate this time. You can probably hear my PlayStation, so I'm probably going to go before you guys get annoyed. So, thank you for watching. Sorry it was 2 streams. My PlayStation decided to crash. But yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.